Good afternoon, guys. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Monica Rodelstab. I'm in the COM 265 with you guys. I just wanted to talk about a few things that I like and give you a little bit of intro about myself. Some things that I wanted to talk today about with you are my travels, and places that I want to go. I've been to quite a few places. I am a member of a military family, so when I was really young, I lived in Japan, and then I grew up and was married to somebody in the German Air Force, so I spent a lot of time in Europe. There are some places that I still haven't seen yet that I would love to visit, and I want to tell you about a few places that I have visited. They were on my bucket list, and I actually got to cross them off, so I'm pretty fortunate. I know it's hard to plan big trips and travel and find the time, and it can be an hassle, but it's worth it. The memories and everything are totally worth it. But the first place I wanted to tell you about was Mexico. I went to one of the most cool places I have ever been. Actually, bucket list place. I have always wanted to see a Mayan temple. So I went to the Yucatan in Mexico, and I saw it's called El Castillo. It's probably the place you think of when you think of the Mayans. It's the really big blocky pyramid. Probably did some sacrifices there, but it's called El Castillo, or it's also known as the Temple of Kukulkan. Um, it's in the region. It's called Chichen Itza, which is really funny because our tour guide would always call it chicken pizza, and he thought it was like the best thing ever. So I definitely would say go and visit. I recommend it 100%. The people there, the tourism could use it. Not at the moment, but soon, eventually. Another bucket list place that I had a chance to visit was Amsterdam, and that was one of the most informative, beautiful trips I've ever been on. One problem though was I went for New Year's Eve, and it was crowded. There were so many people there. It was really cool because there were people there from all over the world. But another thing was it was so crowded, and I didn't really know how small and narrow the canals and walkways are. They're all really old. And then there's just some things about Amsterdam. I'm into the history of a lot of things. So like it has the fifth largest port in Europe. The name actually derived from it's a city of origin. The city is originated around a dam in the Amstel River. So that's where Amsterdam came from. So pretty easy history lesson there. And then the two other places on my bucket list that I haven't visited yet is Prague. And people say it's the heart of Europe. I just want to go. I've read that there's several museums there. The architecture is amazing. I've been a lot of places in Europe, and that's one thing that you don't get in America that you do in Europe is the amazing architecture. Everything is so old and so beautiful. I just love it. And because of that reason, this is my other bucket list is going to be Venice, Italy. One thing about Venice that I find amazing is obviously everything's like right at water level, but it's actually situated on 118 small islands, and there's over 400 bridges there, loaded with history. I've looked up the architecture and everything. It's beautiful. So I just want to tell you, if you want to visit somewhere or go somewhere, just plan ahead. If you're one of those people like me that are very impatient, it's really hard to do, but just plan and save, and you can definitely go and visit anywhere and take the time and absorb the history. You won't regret it. The history is beautiful. Most places, some of it is kind of crazy, but it's worth it. It's worth it to see the world. Thanks, guys.